See you dogs later. Go ahead. Yeah, have fun. Good morning. The first official day of fall calls for a flannel and a very patterned outfit. All right, greetings loved ones, and welcome to another vlog. My first vlog actually officially since moving to Virginia, because the last vlog that I filmed here was just a moving vlog. And then I put up an ode to Oregon video, which kind of was like a love letter to our first house. Are you coming to my lap? Come on, come on. Okay, just get comfortable, Rue. But yeah, I'll link those in the description if you're not caught up, or you should just go to my channel and watch them. But to recap for you, we moved from Oregon to Finley's parents' guest house in Virginia a couple weeks ago, and we've just been kind of like adjusting to life here since doing that. We also traveled for a wedding the first weekend that we were here. We went to go see my cousin Allison get married in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, which was just stunning and amazing to see extended family and my immediate family as well, because my parents and my sister went. So we hung out with them and it was just great. And then last weekend was like our first official weekend here in Virginia. And so we did a lot of unpacking. I converted this like tiny room to my closet, and I picked up 2 clothing racks from Walmart and just put them on the walls, and I hung all my stuff up, and then I put all my piles of clothes onto the bed in there. And I'm really loving that. So that's been a nice little unpacking and decorating moment for me. But other than that, we don't really need to unpack or decorate at all. You know, we just have like our little toiletry bags and stuff like that. But this entire house is fully furnished. So it's not like we need to, you know, go through all of our boxes of stuff and like add to the walls and take out all of our furniture. So more so we've just been, like I said, adjusting to life here and like grocery shopping and getting into our swing and rhythm of things. But the dogs are very at peace here, and the hogs, oh my God, I have to show you some clips of them because they are just so freaking happy here. Even their coats are healthier. Like our old barn in Oregon, the roof needed to be replaced so bad. It leaked constantly, and it rains like 8 months out of the year there. So they suffered from like patchy hair loss as a result of like all the moisture in the air. And we thought that it was mites or like worms or something. So we had the vet come and test them for it, and he never found either of those things. And then when the pigs were moved here, and they spent like a month here in Virginia before we got here, because Finley moved them early on and Finley's parents were just taking care of them. When we first saw them, and I showed you on the vlog, it was like late at night, but the next morning when I saw them, I was like, oh my God. Their fur is like golden. Ducky's no longer suffering from that like patchy hair loss on her back, you know, because Ducky actually had it the worst. I truly believe that they are living their best life and like could not have come to a better place, you know. All of the grass is green, they have sunny spots, they have trees in their pasture, they have dug themselves a mud hole. It's just great. They have a lot of space and a lot of room to just flourish. So we're all really happy here. But I actually wanted to film this vlog this weekend because we might hang out with some friends this weekend, and we haven't really gotten into the swing of doing that yet here, even though most of our friends that still live in Virginia have moved out of like Finley's hometown, and they've moved to like Washington, D.C., because we live in Northern Virginia now. So most of his friends are either in D.C. or like Roanoke or Richmond. So a lot of people are like all kind of scattered around, but we might either go into DC or have his DC friends come and visit us here. But that will probably be tomorrow. And until then, I'm just gonna be doing all of the fall things, because yesterday, well, last night was the fall equinox. So today is the first official day of fall. So I got all cozy in my little flannel outfit, and I'm gonna try to find all of our fall decorations, and we can do some fall decorating in this vlog. We can do maybe some cooking or baking, something crazy, you know, we can get really out there and wild. I also am getting into the swing of going back to Zumba, so tomorrow morning I think I'm gonna try out another gym. I've been going to one gym on Tuesday and Thursday that I'm like kind of trying to shop myself around at and see if I actually like the classes, because they're really big. And so it's just like different songs, different choreo, different vibe, different instructors. I'm in a different state, you know, it's gonna be different. But I'm just seeing like which place I wanna go to. So I'm gonna try out another gym on Saturday and kind of compare. So yeah, tomorrow morning I'll probably go and do that. But other than that, I have no freaking plans. We have the possibility of seeing friends on the horizon. I'm just freaking happy it's fall. I'm happy to be vlogging and hanging out with you. And I also want to say, normally in my morning routine in this big comfy chair, I would be reading. But I just finished my book yesterday and all the rest of my books are in storage. And so I'm like, shit, man, should I just go and dig through all of the boxes and try to find something that I want to read? Or should I just like order another book online? Or should I go over to my in-laws' house and raid their bookshelves? There's a lot of options here for me. I also could go to the local library. I don't know why I'm acting like, you know, this is the end of the world, that all my books are tied up, but I want to pull out The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo to read for October book club, but I probably should announce that we're reading that on my Instagram story today, so I should find it and take a photo of the book. I already have to sift through the storage today to find all of our fall decorations, so I'll look for the books while I'm in there. But yeah, I'm not reading, I'm just catching up with you this morning. And Rue's really tired. And Finley went into town to get an oil change on the truck, because right now he's actually in his mechanic era. I'm in my Zumba era right now. I want you to comment down below which era you're in. I'm very interested in asking people this question right now. But yeah, Finley's in his mechanic era. He's been replacing the leaf springs on our farm truck bed to make it be able to hold more weight and have more clearance between the truck bed and the tires. So he just finished that project, and then once he finished that, he was like, and I really need an oil change. And we had a coupon for one, so he drove into town to go and do that today. And so I'm just here catching up with you, and I need to have breakfast soon. I'm just having my morning coffee catch up. Not with ketchup, like the condiment, like I'm catching up with you. Anyways, it's a stunning day outside. It's been really breezy today, like super, super windy, and it was yesterday as well. And we're living in a really old house, so I'm kind of starting to hear all of the like wind come through random cracks, and like it kind of sounds a little creepy at times. It's getting into spooky season here, so it's like, you know, like the whole house has little sounds to it. So that's also what I'm adjusting to, is just living in an older house, and the internet here is also tragic, so we're actually getting that fixed and hopefully boosted tomorrow. And I can't live stream on Twitch until we get our connection to be more reliable. We live in a very, very rural area here, so it's kind of bouncing off of a lot of different locations to get to us. So tomorrow the internet guy is coming. He's gonna kind of check things out and see where we can beam the connection to make it stronger, so I can get back to my live streams and be able to have higher upload speeds for my videos. So that's always a plus, because I'm an internet girl in an internet world, so I need a little boost on that bad boy. And yeah, that's really the only downside to living here. Other than that, there's no other downsides. And Finley was like, yeah, growing up, I mean, I always had horrible internet connection. That's just rural life, baby. I was like, yeah, I did not. I lived in suburbia. So I'm just getting into the swing of things living here and trying to find all of the stuff that works for me. Zumba, which grocery stores I like, trying to find a little morning routine that works for me here, which is gonna be my big comfy chair. It's this one. And there's one on the porch, but I'm sure we'll have some porch time today. I've been eating lunch every day on the porch, so life is good, brothers. Happy fall, y'all. So happy to be here. This is the season when I thrive. Right, Rio? What are you gonna be for Halloween? We have to start thinking about it. Hot dog suit, you think? Maybe you can be the springy dachshund from Toy Story. Okay, for breakfast, I just toasted some of this pumpkin brioche twist bread from Trader Joe's. My camera died when I was in the kitchen, but as I was saying, I got this toast, this brioche pumpkin loaf from Trader Joe's, because Finley and I, when we were in town the other day, passed by a Trader Joe's and we were both like, haven't been there in like 5 years, because we never went when we lived in Oregon, because the closest one was like an hour away. So we went in and we shopped with no plastic restrictions, because normally we are plastic free shoppers for the most part, you know. We have like loosened our reins a little bit in the past few years, because we used to like be so anal about it, like to the point where it was like a bit much, you know? So we both just agreed when we went in, we were like, most of Trader Joe's stuff is wrapped in plastic. Like, let's just loosen the reins for this trip. We haven't been here in 5 years. We've been doing great with being plastic free for the past few years as well. So let's just get whatever we want. And we did. And I filmed a haul of all those things for my Patreon when we got home, just because it was like a really quick video. I was like unloading all the groceries and I was like, why not just film this for Patreon? So it's on there as like a little bonus vid, but this is very good. I'm afraid that there's paper on it though. Like, is this paper? This is definitely paper. That's great. Nothing like eating some delicious paper in the morning. You hear the breeze? It's just a magnificent day. Cold chill on the air, flannel season. I love life. All right, y'all. I've been trying to make some room in this fridge and freezer situation here because people in Finley's family like stayed here over quarantine. There's been a lot of food left behind, especially in the freezer space. And I was kind of talking about this in my Trader Joe's haul that I put on Patreon, but like I just barely had any room to put some of our frozen food in here because there's just so much stuff that has been left here. And the stuff that has been like sealed well, we've been trying to eat and use and cook with and all that good stuff. So I kind of sorted the freezer and I took out what is not sealed well and then kept in here what is. I also took out all of these like to-go containers and Tupperwares of food that I don't know what it is because I didn't make it, and I've just been feeding this to the pigs and they've been really happy. And then I've just been cleaning the containers to reuse them. But I'm really just trying to space save in this fridge, and I love seeing what's in people's fridges. I really do. I'm like, what is in that fork fridge? Give me the 411. Or like when people reorganize their fridge in a vlog, I'm like, yes. So I personally love hearing people's space saving tips on how they get the most use out of their whole space in their fridge or their closet or whatever portion of their house that they're referring to, you know? But right now I'm focusing on organizing the fridge and freezer, and I have a product that is helping me out, who is also the sponsor of this video. Sealvax bags are the reusable, sustainable, and eco-friendly storage alternative. These bags are the perfect option for those who meal prep a lot, hate leaving food to waste, or are just ready to make a simple switch to living more sustainably. Look how freaking cool this small vacuum seal device is. It's tiny enough to grab and go, so you can take it with you leaving the house or on road trips, which is when I need stuff like this the most. The storage bags and sealing device included are all reusable, and they prolong food life by up to 5 times longer because they prevent any oxygen from getting in. Check out more info on Sealvax in the description box. Okay, fridge-wise, this is what we're working with right now. So I have my produce in here and I'm just going through and washing it. I need to chop up this broccoli and put it in a Sealvax bag. I have all of our like vegetarian meat right here. So field roast sausages and Impossible beef. I've been mixing these two together and making like a vegan bolognese sauce, just like a meaty spaghetti moment, and I love it. These are farm fresh eggs from the chickens that we have here. Behind the pig's pasture is his parents' chicken coop. And then we have these tortillas here. We have 2 bags because we eat a lot of them. We used to home make our tortillas, and sometimes buying stuff in plastic is just more convenient, brother. But the Mission ones are my favorite, just the super soft flour tortillas. I have a hummus wrap like every day for lunch, and I use these tortillas, and then Finley's like quesadilla obsessed. So yeah. And then he's also on a cold brew coffee kick currently. This is his favorite barbecue sauce, and he just bought 3 bottles at Trader Joe's, so they're all back there, as well as 4 bottles of this. He's very obsessed. And then in this jar is actually just stuffed grape leaves, so dolmas, and this is my favorite Mediterranean snack in the entire world. I opened a can of these last night, so I just put them in this jar to eat as little snacks. We have a single LaCroix up here, and then all of the kombuchas that I love to drink. You know I'm a GT's girl up in this house. And then this is just our cheese drawer. Shout out Cabot Cheddar. Vermont cheese is the best cheese. And then I also have this gigantic hummus thing because like I said, I have like a hummus wrap every day. And then this is an alcohol drawer. This is just bottles of wine that were already opened when we got here, and single cans of beer that had been left behind as well from our wedding because the groomsmen stayed here. Then we have more cold brew, shockingly enough. A bottle of port that I don't know what to do with, and it's already in the refrigerator, so I don't want to unrefrigerate it, but again, it was left here. And then we just have a bunch of sauces here. Sorry if you can hear the beeping. Butter, butter. This is like sauces and condiments and things like that. Finley's fave milk that we found here in glass, which is iconic. And then this is a little green juice that I decided to try at Trader Joe's, but it's kind of a little too pulpy for me. Like it's not strained enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too picky, but I'm not obsessed. And then down here in the freezer, I organized this by fish on this side, meat on this side, and then like random miscellaneous things on top. So we have some extra puff pastry sheets that I want to use for a recipe, baking powder that's just kept in here, blocks of Parmesan cheese, and then just a big old ice pack. And then we have a big thing of ginger and turmeric that was left here. All of this was left here. I did not purchase any of this. And then in here, we have Finley's frozen gummy bears that he's currently obsessed with. And then all of our like frozen food that we got at Trader Joe's, as well as Wegmans. Crispy Crowns are my shit. So yeah, I have all of our like boxed and packaged frozen produce up there with the ice next to it. So that's the current situation. And then I'm currently drying out some arugula, which I'm in an arugula era again. Arugula is one of the best greens of all time. You cannot convince me otherwise. I put this in my hummus wraps. I'll show you me making one today just because I keep talking about them, but I'm just waiting for this to dry out a little bit before I put it in a Sealvax bag. And Miss Rue is waiting very patiently for me to serve her lunch. Is it 2? No, it's not. It's only 1:30, be sure. Let's go feed all this deliciousness to the pigs. They're gonna be really happy to see the vlog. Do you wanna show everybody how healthy your coat is? Look at that, Ducky, no more hair loss. Yeah, you're happy to be out of your old barn, huh? Yeah, I know. So nice. Hi, Peach. Hi, beautiful lady. Do you guys want some snacks? I have to make it to the snacks before them because if they see the Tupperware containers, they're literally gonna try to bite them. So I'm faster than a pig. Okay, this looks like some kind of stew situation. I just put it down for you. So you just have to use your schnauzer and smell it. How are you not seeing this? You're literally right on it. Look. Yeah. She found it. I put everything into the grass instead of into like a bowl so that they get some greens with it. Happy piggies. Delicious. They have this big reservoir here for them to bathe in, but it's really cold today, so I don't need to refill that for them. But I will refill their water thing. It's filled with freaking walnuts. Oh, wow, Peach. So much for me trying to fill it up, huh? Okay, drop it back. Good girl. It looks like they've been trying to dig a second mud hole next to this one, which was their first one. So I'm also gonna wet those with water as well so they can dig and cool off if they would like to. Rue, you don't need to raise your voice, okay? She's a little alarmed by what the pigs do sometimes. All right, see you later. Hope you enjoyed your snacks. You don't need to follow me out, Ducky. I don't have anything more. What? You're not stuck? Come on down. Larry, you're not stuck. You just like to be a little dramatic. Okay. All right, y'all. It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Just kidding. It's hummus wrap time. So I got my tortillas, my arugula, my big thing of hummus, goat cheese, and carrots. The other day when I had butternut squash that was like cooked and roasted to perfection and I just had some left over, I was also adding it to this and it was just incredible and I wish I had more of it. But I'm out of butternut squash now. So this is what we're working with, but it's still delicious. First things first, wash your hands. Next thing next, get a tortilla. Now we get a heaping dollop, about 2 tablespoons worth of hummus. I just saw this fork, so that's why I'm using a fork instead of a knife. It was just the most conveniently located right in front of my eye. Next, get 2 little carrots, like this size. Pro tip, carrots last longer if you store them in water. We're all about minimizing food waste in this house. Cut them into little, oops, lost a carrot. Cut them into little tiny circles. Add that. Now you get your goat cheese. And just crumble some on there. Whoa, that was a lot. whatever. I love goat cheese. Now this is really the kicker. A handful of arugula. This is a new addition for me to be putting onto them. And it's been amazing, honestly. And then, until last night, I was adding pico de pepper sauce, which I never had before until I found it in the fridge here, and I was like, this is incredible. But I used the rest of it yesterday, so now I don't have any to add on to it. So maybe I'll be really wild and crazy and add a dash of balsamic vinegar. There we go. I love balsamic and goat cheese together. Woo! You don't gotta tell me twice. Now I'm just gonna roll it up and enjoy it on the porch. Enjoying this outside is really the key to the hummus wrap. I'm kind of having a late lunch today. It's like 4:30. Normally I would eat this at like 3. The first bite is the deepest. This is a horrible angle. This is my beverage of choice with my lunch today. Love it. You can do anything with a hummus wrap. You can add whatever produce you personally like. I really like adding pickled red onion. I also was recently in a phase of adding green pepper. That's always fun. So just get crazy with it, you know? But I just wanted to show you. This is my everyday lunch. People love what I eat nowadays. This is Larry and I's favorite comfy chair on the porch. We have to share it, so he currently has it. But it's very luxurious. Gives you a nice view of everything. And it's a good place to watch the cars go by, right? Watch the geese flock. You love it. Oh, you want to play ball? No one's surprised, Drew. I found the Halloween decorations, but they're back there, and I'm here. So, all I can do is try my best. That's Christmas. Christmas? Fall? I think I have 2 things of fall decorations. Also, where is my giant scarecrow? Oh, I found her. Yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, let's make vegetarian one-pot spaghetti. It's so freaking good. The recipe is from Cozy Peach Kitchen, and I'm obsessed with her recipes. They're so amazing, and she's also a fellow Georgian, so love that for her. And it's actually really, really quick too. It's a very quick recipe. So I'm gonna leave the recipe down below, but this is all of the stuff that you'll need. This is my tomato paste here in a convenient little tube that was left here at the house. And it calls for Italian seasoning, but there wasn't any left behind here, so I just grabbed all of the seasonings. I just kind of put in a medley of these seasonings together. And then I have my bouillon paste for my vegetable broth and stuff like that. So everything is ready to go. And we start with the meat. Obvious, we have the meat. I actually hate those commercials. I don't know why I said that. His and hers.
The next day.
Good morning and a big howdy to y'all. It's Saturday. I'm getting ready for Zumba, but I have to chug this first. And I'm wearing a cute little fall shirt. And the dishwasher's running, if you hear that. Yeah, we have a dishwasher now. Yeah, that happened. I'm obsessed with saying that right now. Yeah, that happened. I'm sorry. Well, my body don't lie out of my mind. Hey y'all, how's it going y'all? I'm about to go into a new gym and try out a Zumba class, so I'll let you know how it goes. It's a really big gym, really popular, so. I don't know if there's any small gyms that exist out here in the same way that like the class that I used to go to in Oregon was, where it was like 3 to 8 people per class, like maybe 8 people maximum is like the most I ever saw in the class, but it was also a really small town. I don't know what I'm looking for, so I'm just shopping around, but I'm trying out a Saturday class because honestly, it would be ideal if I went Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday instead of just Tuesday, Thursday, because I love Zumba, why not do it more? Anyways, I'll let you know how it goes.
1 hour later.
Oh my god, okay, I'm out and I'm a ball of sweat. That class was amazing. It was so good. I actually really missed the low light classes. So I don't know if they always do that here, but they were doing that today where like all the lights are off and sometimes they'll put on like a party light, like a disco light or something. And I think that personally having the lights off in a class makes me feel a lot more comfortable because it's really hard trying out new classes and being like, I'm not as good as everybody here. Everybody here knows all of this choreography like by heart because they're regulars, you know? And of course stuff like that takes time and I'm not being hard on myself. This was literally my first class. I'm just saying it helps you feel a lot more comfortable when you're introduced to a to class to just like have the lights off and know that it's not just like bright fluorescence and everybody's looking at each other. So my last 2 classes on Tuesday and Thursday at a different gym, they were all lights on, and the instructor faced you and watched you, and she was literally like, ha, 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 hoo, ha, ha, hoo, 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 ha, ha. Both of the girls would like smile and be like, cha, cha, what? Yeah, you know, like they were so animated, and I was just like, I am not used to this. My old instructor faced the mirror, you know, and like we danced behind her and just followed her steps, which I feel like as an instructor is probably easier to teach that way, because I feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling in this clip? My endorphins are through the roof right now, so I'm sorry if I'm yelling. But I feel like if you were an instructor, it'd be so much easier to dance with everybody else and be like, yeah, right, left, you know, rather than having to flip it and dance towards them and learn all of the dances backwards, you know? Just makes no sense to me. So I really liked this class. My only worry is that this gym might be really expensive, because it looks expensive as fuck. It was so fancy in there. Literally when I checked in, it felt like I was checking into a hotel. I was like, I just want to try Zumba, and you know, I just moved to the area, so I'm just trying to like shop around, see which gym I want to go to, and the guy was like, you're gonna have to pay for the class. And at the other gym, they didn't make me pay because you're like testing out the gym, and their marketing strategy should be hopefully by giving, you know, a free class to somebody that the person would come back and get a membership with them, right? So after I kind of talked him up a little bit, I was just being nice. I wasn't like flirting with him. I was just being like, yeah, I just moved to the area. I'm just like trying out some classes, seeing which gym I want to go to, you know, shopping myself around. And after I said that, as if I had other options, he was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna charge you for class today. I'll give it to you for free. And I was like, thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. And like with it being so fancy and fucking huge, I was like, where do I go? And he pointed me in the direction, and I literally walked straight into the bathroom, and I was like, this isn't it. And he was like, I'll just walk you up there. It's a little confusing when is this your first time? And I was like, yeah, first time in any gym like this, honestly. Because the other gym, it was big, but it wasn't this fucking big. So I don't know. I liked this class a lot though, because the instructor was so much fun. She also really encouraged class vocality. And in my other class, like a couple of people would be like, hey, hey, because you do have to like scream at some points and be like, whoop, whoop, or something like that. And all of the classes that I've taken in Virginia have been really, really vocal, but this one was like, everybody has to scream. She literally would turn down the music and be like, I can't hear you, you know? So in my old classes in Oregon, like we did not do that. We had one song that was like, da-da-da-da-da, hit, hit, da-da-da-da-da, hit, hit. And other than that, like we were silent. We also talked in between every single song, and I'm not used to these playlists just like back to back to back, no breaks, no breaks. Like, whew, when do I get fucking water, you know? But they always tell you at the beginning of class, like, take water breaks when you need them, blah, blah, blah. But also it's like, I want to learn the choreography, so I want to like be there for it. I don't know. Anyways, really fun. I'll totally come back. I feel as if I found my gym, I'm gonna go home and like crunch the numbers and make some calls, because the Andrew guy who showed me around, he was talking to other people when I was leaving, and I was gonna ask him some membership questions, you know, because at my old gym you could just get a class pass, and like I'm not interested in using any equipment. I literally just Zumba. That's all I do, is I Zumba. And so it's kind of like a waste of a membership to a gym if you're like not gonna use any of their equipment or spas or anything. Like, I just want a class pass. And some gyms have them, some of them want you to pay for the whole membership, and then they like charge you a fucking fee if you aren't here for a year. And with us temporarily living in Virginia, it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to break it. So most gyms have this, like, if you move 25 miles or more out of this area, then they'll let you break it for free, but other gyms will like charge you a fee to break it. And in high school, when I was really naive and I was doing lacrosse conditioning and training, and I would go to the gym, we totally got scammed by this gym. And it's so funny because I was talking to one of my other high school friends the other day, and she was like, I got scammed by that gym too. They just like entice all of the kids from Centennial High School in because it's like the closest gym to the school, and then they're like, hey, yeah, you have to get this year-long membership. They like get the money out of you, and when you're young you don't like understand the terms and conditions of like a contract like that, so they just like took all of our money, and we're like, ah, you wanted to break it? it after lacrosse conditioning, guess what? You're not allowed. Yeah, get your dad involved. Anyways, I'm gonna go home and I need to eat something when I get back because I'm really hungry and I just had coffee before this, so I'm going to have a delicious breakfast. I lied, because I'm in town and close to a GameStop, I went and I got 2 shiny Eternatus cards because Finley's obsessed with Pokemon, and I don't know if I should be sharing this with you or not, but he's been collecting these to trade online for other shinies. And I don't know, GameStop's doing some kind of a promotion with these right now, so he was like, yeah, they'll only let you take one. But then when the guy gave it to me, I was like, am I only allowed to have one, or what's the vibe? And he was like, you can have another one for a friend. And I was like, okay. So I'm bringing him home too, which he'll be very, very excited about. I'm by Five Guys right now and it's taking everything in me not to get a gigantic bag of fries, but like, I have food at home. You know when you're out and you just have to tell yourself that mantra over and over again? I have food at home. Food at home. Don't be tempted, I have food at home. I lied again. Super Target was across the street, so I went and got more Super B Complex, a big ass bottle, which is worth way more bang for my buck than the tiny ones that I was getting. I also got 2 kombuchas because I'm obsessed, darling, and I don't have these flavors right now in the fridge. Mystic Mango is so good because it has like actual mango puree in it. That actually was not the reason that I went into Target though, was to find those things. Well, I did need the B Complex, but I was looking for the baby foot peel and they don't freaking have it. They don't carry it in stores, they only carry it online, which is a silly little flop, and I wish that they carried it in stores, especially because it's a freaking Super Target, you know what I mean? So, looks like I'll have to order it online, which is so annoying because with little things like that, it's like, why order a little packet online? Like, I'm gonna have to wait to get it until I need more than just that, because I cannot justify making a purchase from, you know, Super Target or whatever online and ordering something and then just getting that one fucking thing. It's like, really? Just that? So I'll have to order some more things and like wait until I run out of stuff to order it. But anyways, I'm actually going home now. I am so mother effing tired right now, so I'm gonna make a huge batch of this and like keep it in the fridge once I'm done having a little cup of it. But yeah, I got this at Trader Joe's and I'm excited about it. I was deciding between this or like the actual chai concentrate in like this jug thing, but then I was like, why don't I just make my own batch of it to the strongness that I would like? So I'm doing that. Oh, there's a little tiny rat in here. Oh my God, here she comes. Sometimes when you talk to Rue, like, she's so super cute, she keeps doing that. She's like afraid she's gonna pee. Rue, it's okay. You don't have to pee every time you see somebody you're excited to see. I missed you too. Let's go outside and you can come see your sisters and take care of whatever's going on down there while the water boils. And then we're gonna deal with this. Decorating for fall. I need to stop wearing my slippers outside. These are my house shoes, not my outside shoes. These are my pig shoes. I also have to deal with this today. This has become like a shit drawer, but more of a shit table. It's just like all out in the open here in our mudroom. I put all of our shoes underneath here. These are all mine. These are all his. It's just funny how much extra stuff I have compared to him. Like, I literally converted an entire room into my closet. I have problems. Anyways, I want to make this like a cute fall entryway today, and there's just too much shit on here to do that with, so I need to find homes for all of these things. But first, the pigs. It's a beautiful day in Virginia. I almost said Oregon. Rue always slides in through the cracks down here. This is where we're keeping the pigs' big food thing, by the way. And we have an upgraded big scooper. So enough for both of them, so we don't have to do lots and lots of scoops. We just do one gigantic scoop and pour it in the grass of the pasture in a couple of different places so they don't fight over it. Enjoy, girls. Come on, Rue. Don't want to get stuck in there. All the eggs from the chickens are collected and put in this mini fridge here, so we just grab them when we want them. There's also a little pepper plot here next to the barn. I see some red ones ripening in there, but most of them are green. And the chicken coop is back here. Hi, chickies. Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? And the compost pile is also back here, so this is where we dump all of our compost. And this is my favorite tree. Love you. Put a little coconut milk in that bad boy. Delish. The taste of fall right here. See you later, teabag. You've had enough time. Woohoo! I'm just keeping the keys over here and listening to Red. And I'm gonna start putting the decorations out. Okay, so I used to have that mushroom wreath on our front door, but I don't know where the wreath is. It's in storage somewhere, like not where the rest of our fall decorations are. So I have this cornucopia, and to fallify the mushroom wreath, I used to stick these little things in it. And these are just from Joann Fabrics. They're like little wreath seasonifiers. I don't know. They just add a little seasoning to your wreath. So I'm just sticking them all inside of this cornucopia, and I'm gonna put this on our little table over here. That looks pretty freaking cute if you ask me. I also had the like red, I'm gonna clear this, it just has an eggplant in it, and I'm still drinking my chai. But I did have this red table runner on this table, and I did like it in here, but I think that it might look better on the dining table just because the dining room is like a literal tavern vibe, you see? I mean, it really pulls in together well, but comment below what you think, which table it would look better on. I personally think this one, I feel like it just ties in the rug really well. Also, there's a dehumidifier on in the corner because it's kind of basement vibes down here because the house is stone, so we'd have to like suck all the moisture out of the air so it doesn't get all muggy and moldy. So that's the noise for you. But yeah, I like this. I'm gonna keep it how it is. I think it matches really well with all of this like rooster china that's everywhere in here too. Pulls in all of the colors really nicely. But who knows? If you would prefer it on this table, please leave me a comment. I'll move it for you. I think it looks cute here too. I just don't know, because it also ties in the red throughout the kitchen if it's here. But anyways, this is what I'm working with so far. I know that my vacuum is kind of ugly, just like leaning against my scarecrow there, but I don't really know where else to put that, so I'm just leaving it there for right now. But I'm thinking that I'll get some gourds to kind of fill this out, you know, gourdify the whole area. Y'all know I love to do that. And I actually do have a bunch of battery-powered fairy lights as well that I could put inside of these two lanterns because I have a lot left over from our wedding. And I'm thinking about relocating this guy because it's kind of just like random where it is, but I feel like it ties in the lighter colors on either side here with the bones. We literally brought these bones from Oregon. I feel like bones probably creep some of you out, but I love them, especially when they're just like found in your yard. So we found these, we think from a spine, like from a cow or something, who knows. But we found that spine in Oregon, and a couple of pieces we kept. The rest I sent to friends who make jewelry out of them. But I feel like it kind of ties in all the colors there. And then I have my little tiny guys right here, which I may relocate these, but I just love them so much. These were additions that I got last fall, as well as one thing on the porch, which I'll go out and show you because I have to put these back into storage anyways. Also, I think I'm gonna keep this little lady outside by the mudroom door because she's a single lady, you know, she didn't come in a pair, a scarecrow pair. So she's just kind of standing here guarding. And we did bring our little sunflower doormat and our little Dachshund Drew doorstop, but Finley's family has all of the black ones. Actually, fun fact, this one was originally black, but his dad painted it rue color for Finley's Christmas present. So I just have that right here. And then it opens up into our mudroom, and you see the cute little display. Woohoo! Happy fall, y'all. See, yeah, this looks weird. This needs to be relocated somewhere else. I don't like how it looks from that angle. Also, Miss Turkey is here waiting. But I feel like it's kind of too early for turkey paraphernalia, so I'm kind of just leaving her right here for now, but I might put her in a cabinet until like after Halloween, just because I feel like it doesn't really make sense to have her out. It kind of just, I don't know. Like, she looks cute with all the rest of the stuff, but I just feel like it doesn't really make sense. But again, comment down below your thoughts. I think for right now, I'm just gonna put this right here with the plants. I don't know. See, with the little lights and the lanterns. So cute. I know it's like still bright out, so I'm just gonna turn them back off until it's dark out, but so freaking cute. We really need the gourds in this basket. I found her in storage. Miss Pumpkin. Yes, we're obsessed. Finley made this sign in like 2018, 19, I think, with our friend Andy for our first Halloween party. And it's just so cool. I'm obsessed. So we have that out. And then We also have her. I actually found this at the end of fall last year at Red, White, and Blue thrift store in Gladstone, Oregon. And I was like, why did I find this at the end of fall? Like, tell me why I didn't find this at the beginning of fall. But she's crossed her legs. She's sitting very proper. I'm just obsessed with whoever made this because, like, look at all of her amazing fabrics. It's so cute. Love you, queen. So she's protecting the porch. Love it. Do you want to see something super cute? Tim's coming over. He gets to see her.
Wow.
Turn around.
Wow.
I feel like we need to kind of workshop like the placement because
different place for that, but
yeah.
Awesome. Larry!
They found the groundhog and they're trying to hunt him.
Larry, how are you, bushy? How are you, pretty boy? That's my best boy. You're so pretty. Such a good dog.
I really...
Larry, Tim's coming over. Tim's coming
over, Larry. He knows Tim. Tim met him when he was a little baby. I also want to get 2 potted mums, like those beautiful orange and yellow plants that you're seeing at the grocery store right now, for right here, and then right here. Finley's bestie Tim is over and he brought us not only 1 pumpkin, but 2 pumpkins. And they're so cute. Suddenly I need more. It's an addiction.
Take a walk. See the lady hogs.
Yeah, we want to rename them to the lady hogs. You're so fast.
Very limber.
Very, very fast. Oh, she stopped. Come on!
Deep for a 5,000-pound hog.
We really missed you. Come on over.
Come on over.
Good boy, Larry. What's up with you? You got something in your mouth? Cute. It's a beautiful night for football. Fall football. And I think we're gonna have a little fire in the fire pit, which we haven't done yet. Hey, don't eat any grass, grass eater. The boys went to go get some groceries for dinner, so I'm watching Hogwarts ambiance of Hagrid's hut in the fall and editing this video. Also, I just want to say I've seen some comments about this and I just want to address this because we have been listening to the Harry Potter books and we're on the last book right now. And I just want to say that even though we're listening to the books, we do not support She Who Will Not Be Named.
2 very boring minutes later.
I just did the number crunching and getting a membership to the gym that I took Zumba at earlier today would be $130 a month, not a year. That's why I said this is a really fancy gym. The other gym was $40 a month. Like, it's not adding up. It's just not adding up. I'm really mad and sad because I really liked the class. Fuck.
Thousands of tears later.
Wow, Rue, look at that. You have your ball. Sunday ball time for Sunday football time. Red zone with Scott Hansen, brother. How are your bets doing today?
I don't really check them, honestly.
You don't check them till all the games are over?
Towards the end, yeah. I don't care too much. I prefer to just watch the game.
What about you, Larry? How are your bets doing? Very handsome. I'm gonna go make a chai tea latte. Yeah, iced chai. Well, that was not good. We came over to where we used to stay, at the barn. We're at the barn. The dogs are enjoying themselves. And I actually don't know if I ever showed you guys this, but, well, the balcony was here in 2020 when I first showed you the barn loft, but there's furniture out here now, so we can really enjoy ourselves, really kick our feet up, you know, just hang out, enjoy the nice forest, and live our best life. Yeah, dogs. This is pretty comfortable for me. I don't know if it's comfortable for dogs, though. It's probably not. Yeah. But Finley's just watching his Sunday football, and I'm getting comfy in the bed, editing. We moved over here, I forgot to say, because the internet guy is over right now, fixing our connection. Woohoo! All right, y'all, this is what's for dinner. I am only putting arugula in mine because Finley doesn't like arugula, but that's okay. So I'm making this, and I'm making it with regular butter, not vegan butter, because regular butter is all we have. And we're not vegan, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I'm going to add in these to it, not all 4, but just some field roast sausages, probably like 2 of them cut up, because I just feel like corn and arugula and Parmesan is not enough to make this a sufficient hearty pasta. You know what I mean? But anyways, the internet guy fixed our internet pretty well. He boosted it up to my new office streaming room, streaming setup situation. So that's why we were over at the barn today, because we were just killing time over there while he was working on it, and then he got it all back up and running. So we came back. And yeah, like I said, I've just been working on my stream setup ever since, and I got a new microphone for my streams, which I'm so excited about, because if you watch my streams, you know that in the past few months I had some issues with my microphone. So I just figured, you know what, I'm gonna freaking upgrade this bad boy. So I got a really nice mic, and I'll show you everything when I go upstairs. But I'm just making this pasta right now, and then I'm gonna go back up there and get everything all sorted so that I can start streaming, hopefully again tomorrow night. Because I also moved my stream times to every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday still, but at 8 p.m. Eastern instead of 9 p.m. Eastern. It just works better to do it like right after dinner for me on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So yeah, hope to see you there. Gorgeous, stunning, amazing, never been done before, but really I've never had it before. I also was listening to this podcast while I was cooking. All right, y'all, this is my new stream setup. So I'm gonna sit in this big comfy yellow chair. I brought my laptop up here so I can start editing this vlog after this. But I have my new microphone, my Elgato Wave 3. She's gorgeous. I even got a pop filter for it. Love that for me. And this is from Elgato too. This is my little soundboard. So I actually don't know if I've ever showed this to you guys, but this is all of my little sounds, and I just programmed this one tonight from Dazed and Confused. This is what it looks like on my end when I stream. This is what I see, all my audio levels, my recent followers on this side, and then I put the chat right next to it because my webcam's right here, so I want to be able to like watch the chat while I kind of look in the general direction of the webcam. And then my little studio light is back there too, but I have the lamp on right now instead. But the studio light makes the lighting so much better. So I'm just not turning it on because it's so effing bright. You wouldn't be able to see like anything if I had it on right now and was filming this whole setup. But I will be using that for my streams. I changed a couple of things around today. I've been working on the stream setup for a few hours, but I put my border back on the screen, so when you watch me talking, you'll also see the little sunflower and mushroom border, and then it's the same thing on here, but my game would be like in the middle here. We have my Be Right Back screen and my loading screen. I've just been working on that today, and I cracked open a little IPA to celebrate me getting this all set up, and also because it's Sunday and beer and football is always a nice combo for me. Who am I? Like, what just came out of my mouth? On a real note though, Jimmy Garoppolo is playing tonight, and he's a sexy king, so I'll always watch a 49ers game with that man. So we were watching football when we ate dinner, but honestly the dinner recipe was kind of a flop. Like, I don't recommend. It was just really boring. Either way, this is my new office. Love it. My little desk. My streaming setup in this upstairs bedroom. I think I'm just gonna keep tweaking some little things on here tonight, and maybe I'll watch some YouTube videos on this big screen because the internet's finally working well in this room to where I don't have really slow buffer times. So I'm gonna watch some Isabel Page. Love her. All right, y'all. I just realized it's like 10:30 now, and so I should probably wrap it up. You know what I mean? Kind of been a long vlog, and so I'm just gonna keep editing this bad boy. I've been editing this every single day that I've been filming it, which is very rare for me. Normally I just save all of the editing till days later, but I've been kind of like editing as I go, and it's been kind of a slay. I've been loving it. But I'm gonna go watch the end of the game with Finley. Literally, who am I? Like, I don't know why I keep saying all these football things, but I just really like Jimmy Garoppolo. I was explaining to Finley the other day the meaning of I'm no better than a man, and I was like, you know how I sometimes want to rate the hotness of NFL players? That would be something where I would say I'm no better than a man, you know, because they would do that about women in like gymnastics or something like that. And he was like, totally totally. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And I was like, I'm not going to rate them on a scale of, you know, hotness, but I have thought about it. But do I do it? No. No, I don't do it. I keep the thought in my head, and that's the difference between me and a man. Anyways, I feel like I really covered a lot in this video. We decorated for fall, at least the beginnings of it, because I have a couple of things to get still. I need more gourds and I need mums, like potted mums for the front porch, and then I'll feel at peace. So that's on my personal agenda. And yeah, you guys saw me return to Zumba, find a class that I really liked, and then realize that it's $130 a month. I still have to call them in the morning and confirm that they don't have a class pass situation, and then I'll have to pay the $130 per month, because I haven't done that yet. I don't know. I'll probably update about this on Instagram. But if they tell me that it's actually $130 a month just to take the Zumba classes, I'm gonna be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go to the other gym then. Even though I really like that class, but it's okay. I'm just living here temporarily. It doesn't have to be my forever class. But in the meantime, I have been thinking about this just because Zumba is like so fucking fun and brings me so much joy that maybe I should just start recording some of my favorite routines from my old classes in Oregon and putting it on my Patreon, because if I uploaded the routines to here, they would just get copyrighted and I wouldn't be able to like actually make money off of them. So that's the reason that my Patreon exists, is like for all of the stuff that gets demonetized on here, I kind of put it over there. So shout out to all my patrons who support me. And I also wanted to say, shout out to you for watching this. All my people who like strictly watch YouTube, they do not watch me on Twitch. Like they're just here watching the vlogs and they're here for it. They're like, this is my one platform. I love the vlogs. Like, I just feel like I'm constantly plugging all of my other stuff and rarely saying thank you to you who like made me, you know, have the ability to have all of these other platforms. So I just really want to give you a shout out as well, because I've been doing this for 10 years and I just am so grateful that you guys want to like check in with me throughout the weeks and months and be like, what's Meghan Hughes up to? And that just makes me really happy that you want to do that. So yeah, thanks. Anyways, I'm 2 beers in and rambling, so I should probably log off. Log off. Me about a camera that has a power button. I need to power this off. But yeah, I love you, my YouTube people. But if you also want to follow me on other platforms, I'm Meghan Hughes, literally everywhere. But you can also find me on Twitch 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, new time, okay? And on my Patreon, I upload weekly writing, photos, unseen videos, all the things you can find over there. I love you. Thank you so much for watching this. Sometimes when I vlog and I'm like getting to the end of it, I'm like, I say I love you so many times to the point where like I have to edit out the amount of I love yous at the end of vlogs, because like it just gets a little bit deranged. But hopefully the love is mutual. Me just screaming I love you into the ether. Okay, I'm really gonna leave now. Stay smiling. Bye y'all.